Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. We're just gonna give another minute just so more people can tune in into Zoom. And I'm also on Facebook Live. So just find a comfortable seating, maybe a little pillow nearby. And today's class, I was thinking last week, I feel like we all need to just feel the stillness, right? Because we are in this situation where we are on lockdown. So we're going to work today with the breath and really being present in the body. So there's, like I always say in my classes, there's just one rule for this class, and it's to feel safe while you're performing the exercises. Do the variations that you need to do. Whatever, there's no right or wrong. If you're in pain, then that's not right for you. So do the variations if you need. I don't think you will need to do any, but in case if you need to add a little pillow here and there, feel free to do that. And I will stay here a little bit after class too. If you guys have any questions, I'm more than happy to assist you with anything, okay? So, all right, so let's start. We're gonna start with our legs crossed into the nice primitive pose. And the first thing we're going to bring awareness to here is to your sit bones. So we're going to just feel the right sit bone. So you're kind of leaning towards the right butt cheek a little bit, and you feel the bone just touching the ground. And then we're going to the left. And it's not a rock like that. It's just a little way shifting. And you're going to feel the left sit bone. And just make sure you feel that knob like an ice cream cone just on the ground. And you can kind of move back and forth on it. And we go over to the right. We feel the right. We soften through the shoulders. And we bring attention to the breath. And we take an inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to feel the left sit bones. As we take an inhale in center, we're going to exhale and release through the right sit bones. And we go back, softening through the hips, softening through your quads too. Let's let the shoulder nice and loose, the neck nice and loose. And we're just going to go from side to side here for a couple more counts. Good, nice and soft shoulders, soft chest. Take a deep breath in through the nose and let the air out through the mouth. Now let's cross the legs the other way. Just by doing this position, you're already stretching your hips. Now let's bring the hands forward with a little bend on your elbows and softening through the spine as you lean forward and down. Letting go of any tension, any grips it might be happening right now, and just stay present with the breath. And we're walking all the way back up. All the way back up. So the class today, we're going to work with a lot of articulation, what we just did of rolling back and forward, side to side, because it's a reset the back class, okay? All right, so now let's stretch the legs all the way forward. I'm going to go sideways. And again, let's feel the right sit bones, and let's feel the left sit bones. And we go and we move over to the right. And we move over to the left. Now notice when you move over to the left, how your right hip comes off of the mat a little bit. Let that happen and point your left toes towards you. So you're going to point all the ankle, not just the toes, but actually the ankle. You're reaching through that heel. And see if you can bend now the right knee and twist towards the left side. Reaching through that heel, we are feeling the left sit bones. Now let's open up the heart, up and out. A little twist there. You can rest your right arm right on top of your right knee. There's no right or wrong here. Just a little stretch behind that left leg as you point those toes towards your nose. And your weight shift to your left sit bone. Now let's stretch that right leg out. Bend your left knee. Rest your arm on top of the left knee. The right hand is right here on the right side. And we're going to weight shift to the right sit bones as you turn over to the right and point your toes towards you. This is just a hamstring stretch. It shouldn't feel too intense unless you feel super tight. You might feel a little bit more. Opening up the heart, we want to avoid this collapse right now, okay? So let's try to stay tall. And a little twist there to bring it back all the way. Okay, now keep that left knee bent like this and just bring the knees over to the side. Your right leg is still out. Reach your arms to your right foot and lower your head towards the knee. Little side to side here. Softening through your neck, softening through your shoulders, and just bring attention to the breath and through this stretch. Try to be present as much as you can and bend the right knee. Let's stretch the left leg out now. Point towards you and forward all the way. Let me know when it's 30 minutes, okay? And back. And all the way back now. So let's reach the legs nice and long. Point both your toes towards you now and keep your legs a little bit wider. Like if you're on your yoga mat, it would go as wide as your yoga mat pretty much. Stretch your arms forward so your hands and your shoulders are in the same line. And we're going to collapse into your hips. So you're kind of like dumping all the weight of your spine right on your sit bones. So you feel the right and you feel the left. Now, as you feel the right and the left and you're rocking like a boat, a little side to side, we are going to reach forward towards the toes, maybe up a little higher, and feel that stretch happening on your back and behind the knees as you point your toes towards you again. We get the nice length from the back body, right? And now slowly, we're going to start stacking the lower back on top of the hip, where the hip is the pelvic bone. And then we're going to stack the mid back, the shoulder blades, the shoulders, and the head. It's the last one to come up because it's articulation, right? So when we go forward, the head goes forward, the shoulders reach, the mid back reaches, and the lower back flexes forward all the way like that. Beautiful. Now release your shoulders. Make your neck long and let's go back. Stacking the lower back on top of the hip bone. Can you feel both of your sit bones? Make sure you can feel that so your body feels grounded. We go with your mid back, with your upper back, all the way to the top. Now place your hands right behind your head. Now this position can be a lot too. So if you want to, you can also bend your knees if you feel like you're getting to your quads too much, okay? So this is a variation of it. I like to keep it long. Hands right behind your head. And we're going to just twist to the right side. Looking over to the right, close the elbows. Back to center. And let's twist to the left side. Good. Now don't pull on your neck. Let's try to have the hand work as a traction strap So the hand, it's pulling your neck up towards the ceiling as you twist. There you go. That looks good, guys. Nice. And over, all the way over to the other side, to the right. Good job. So see how your heart stays open? The sternum, which is this bone right between your chest, it stays proud the whole time. And let's finish it up with the left side, and then the nice twist, warming up the back into the nice twist. And we go, and we go back to center all the way. Reaching your arms all the way forward again. We're going to round the back as you're softening through the shoulders. Tuck your pelvis bone underneath you and see if you can articulate the spine back and slowly, very gently with the body, and extend your arms all the way overhead here. Reach nice and long. Now let's stretch from the fingertips to the heels, like you just got up and you're giving the nice front body stretch in the body, stretching the arms, stretching the legs all the way, waking up the body, and relax. There we go. All right. On your back now, let's go ahead and bring the knees into the chest. Now this exercise, I like it a lot because it really resets the lower back part where we tend to hold more compression because of chairs. So what this is going to do is going to increase the space between those bones on your lower back as you're rocking side to side, okay? So place your hands right on top of the knees and your elbows are to the side. Let's take a deep breath. Inhale, fill the lungs with air. And as you let the air out, softening through your neck, through the shoulders, and through the chest. Let's do that one more time. Breathing is very important. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Fill the lungs with air. And as you exhale, release the tension on your shoulders, on your neck, on your chest, and on your back. Now, as you pull the knees even more to your chest, notice how the lower back really imprints on the mat. That's nice. Let's shift away to the left side a little bit. And then let's shift away to the right. So we are rocking that pelvis. We're rocking the lower back side to side. Just rolling on the mat. Feeling the bones on the lower back. Every vertebrae you're feeling touching on the ground, in contact with the ground. Now, let's stay on the left side. And as you do that, pull the left knee into the chest and let the right leg go out a little bit. Let's go back to center. Shift away to your right. The right knee goes in towards the chest a little bit and the left leg goes out a little bit too. Now let's breathe through this. You're going to inhale in the middle. Exhale to the left, pulling the left, letting the right go. So your hands are just holding your knees, right? Softening through those shoulders. Over, take a deep breath, inhale. And we go over to the right side. Feel the lower back rolling on the mat from side to side. And we go over to the left. And we go over to the right. Feel the bone rocking side to side. One more time here. We go over to the left. And over to the right all the way. And now knees into chest. Okay, so now we're going to start our core integration. So we're going to integrate core strength with this back mobility that we just did. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders, and you're looking to your knees, not to your belly button. Notice if you do look to your belly button, how much the chin gets really close to the chest. We want to create space like your hand can fit right between the chin and the chest, like that, okay? Stay with your elbows to the side, and let's lean over to the left as you pull the left knee in towards your chest. Notice how your left elbow almost touches the ground. Let that happen. And let's go over to the right. And here we're going to go side to side with that same mobility exercise we just did, but now your head is up and your core is starting to wake up and to create that nice connection through the body. Syncing with the breath, we're going just side to side. Can you still feel your lower back touching the ground? Yes, good. Side to side here, bringing the knee in. Pull that left knee in. When you go over to the right, you pull the right. 2 more here, guys, each side. And we go for 4. Stay up. 3. And 2. Last one here. And 1. And back. And we're going to rest all the way down, placing your feet flat on the mat. And resting your spine. Okay, stretch your arms all the way overhead, articulating the hip up by imprinting the lower back on the mat. Lift the hip and stretch the arms from the tips of the patella, the knee bone, all the way to the fingertips. Will stretch and slowly melt your spine all the way down. Okay. Arms by your side. This is exactly what we're going to do. It's that articulation now, right? So I'm going to take my hands out of the way so you can see. Imprint your lower back onto the mat. So feel that by lifting the tailbone a little bit. And from here, let's lift just the pelvic bone up first. So your lower back's still touching the mat. You're just lifting your tailbone. 1 bone at a time, we're going to start peeling the lower back off of the mat. Feel the space increasing between every vertebrae as you are going up. We go up with the lower back. We go up with the mid back. The neck softens and the shoulders release. There you go. Now let's start melting down. We're going to start from the tips of the shoulder blades, from the upper back to the mid back. Feel those bones touching the ground slowly and melting the spine, especially when it gets to the lower back, to really create that space and decompress the back and release the pelvic bone all the way down. 2 more counts here, guys. Here we go. Tuck your tailbone underneath you. Lift from the tailbone to the pelvis, to the lower back, to the mid back. Release the neck, the shoulders, and up. And slowly we're going to melt all the way down. Well done. Last one here. Ready? And we go. Tuck, release the shoulders. So I'm going to have you reach your arms forward a little bit more and let the shoulders really far from the ears, okay? And here we go. We lift the pelvis up 1 bone at a time, articulating the spine as you open up the heart and you're looking straight up. And slowly let's melt all the way down. Don't forget to breathe. Always breathing, syncing the breath and being present. And down. All right, so now we're going to step up on this exercise. Let's go up and stay there. Ready? And articulating up. We already got that part going. And stay there. Maybe get your feet just a little close together and lift your right leg all the way up towards the ceiling. Now your left leg is taking all that weight, right? And your hamstring might be shaking a little bit. Lower the right leg down to the floor and then lift back up for 3. Stay with the hip up. And 2. And last one here. Good job, guys. And 1. Land the right foot. Bring your left leg up. Notice how one leg is different than the other, too. One leg might feel a little easier or harder. Lower that left leg and lift back up for 3. The right hamstring is kicking in. And 2. Let the pelvis move, but stay up. And 1. And back. Land your feet. And now we melt down. Let's do it together from the upper back to the mid back, to the lower back, to the pelvic bone, all the way. Place the soles of your feet together And let the knees collapse to the side and let that hip joint, right where the femur attaches to the hip socket, let that create space and decompress by just opening through the knees. Sometimes I like to put my hands on my inner thigh region here, just so I can give a little press and to open up just a bit more. There you go. Now, windshield wipes. Place your feet flat on the mat again. This time, let's open the arms with your palms down. Relax through the shoulders, and let's let the knee drop to the left side. Notice that when you do that, your weight shifts into your left butt cheek. There you go. And all the way over to the other side. Nice. Now let's bring the right arm all the way up to the ceiling and that right arm meets the left and releases here. Bring the right arm up all the way back. Bring the knees up towards the ceiling. And let's do the same thing on the right side. So the left arm comes up. The left hand meets the right hand. And you're into that twisty motion with the spine. And bring your arms all the way back, knees up towards the ceiling. Both knees into the chest now, hands above the knees. Let's lift the head, neck, and shoulders. And again, going back to that core connection. Elbows are to the side. Lower back is touching the mat. We're going to stay here. Hold. Right leg is up towards the ceiling. Left leg too. Point your toes towards you. Elbows to the side. Maybe we can go up a little higher. Hold right there. Bring the knees into the chest. Let's do this for 5 counts. You ready? Extend both legs up towards the ceiling. Hands behind the knee for 1. And then bring it back. Your goal is to just keep that lower back flat on the mat, because that means you're really creating that connection with your core without overusing the back muscles. And bring it back. Good. Reaching long. Can you relax through the shoulders too? And bring your elbows pointing to the side like that. Yes, there we go. 2 more here, and we go for 5. Good, and last one here, very gentle. And hold right there. Point your toes towards you, give a little extra stretch, and then rest all the way back. Extend your legs all the way out, and your arms too. We'll take a nice long stretch right here. And long all the way, like you just got up in the morning and giving that nice front body stretch. Well done. Now let's go over to the side. So sideways, and you can rest your head right on your left arm. So you're on your left side. The right leg is here on top. The left knee is bent. The right leg is out. I'm going to have you put your hands right on your heart, that sternum bone right between your chest. And rest your head and find a comfortable position. When you lift this right leg up to the ceiling here, we're going to turn the heart up towards the ceiling too. When we bring that right leg down, we're going to bring the heart forward again. Maybe down a little bit if you feel comfortable with, that's okay. And what we are doing now is we go up with the leg, up with the heart. Lower the leg, hearts forward. We are integrating the hip joint that we just warm up with this nice twist motion on your spine. Your neck is going up and down too, right? And you're facing up when you look into your right foot. And then forward. 3 more here, and we go. Nice twist motion with the spine for 3. And we go up. And 2. And we go up here. And 1. Let's do the other side now. Go over to your right side. Stretch that left leg out. And put your left hand on your heart. When we bring that leg up, we're going to look up
And I'm kind of leaning on my right butt cheek and my back. And lower the leg and hearts forward. Can you relax the shoulders and the neck? Here we go for 5. And down. And 4. And back. Good. Feel the whole body moving, right? Because now we're integrating the hip and the spine. The neck too. And 2. Good. Last one here, guys. And 1. And back. There we go. Now you can go on your belly and go into a nice child's pose here. Tucking your toes. Forehead is down and elbow is down too. And we're going to stay there for a couple breaths because we're going to go into our extensions now. So when we do extension, we want to be careful with the lower back. If you go too high on extension, it will cause compression. So everybody's different here, okay? Let's start with on your hands and knees and tucking your toes. So the balls of your feet is what's touching the ground, and you're already stretching your feet here because it's important to also work the feet to open up the hip and the back. The feet is our root, right? So we got to work with that too. We're covering head to toe today. Hands and knees. Relax the back. We're going to thread the right arm through the left arm. And we're going to rest to the side of your head down as you bend through the left. And I want you to reach through the right arm while your spine is into this nice stretch and twist motion. And let the heart go down to the ground and soften it through every muscle right here. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Let's push off and do the same thing with the other side. Thread the needle with your left arm, looking over to the right as you bend the right elbow and you rest your head down and that left shoulder into the nice twist stretch with the spine. And we're going to stay here for a little bit. Take a deep breath in and let it out. All the way down. There we go. Now back on your belly with your hands to your forehead. Legs are nice and wide. Now we're working with strength of the back, all right? So we're working with all those spinals. When you bring your head up, I want you to glue your hands to your forehead. You're going to take an inhale, lift the hands, the forehead, and a little bit of your chest. As you exhale, let go. Elbows are wide, legs are wide. Can you wiggle the hip a little bit just to make sure that's nice and loose? And let's tuck the chin. So when we go up, there's no wrinkles behind the neck. Here we go. Take an inhale, go up. Creating length through the crown of your head, like you want the crown of your head to reach forward, the toes to reach back, and you're creating that traction on your back. As you exhale, go down. 3 more here, guys. Here we go. Inhale, lift. Exhale, we lower. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we lower. Last one here. Feel the back working. Inhale, we lift. And exhale all the way down. Go back into your child's pose. Tuck your toes. So your toes are together and your heels are apart. And feel your heels digging into your butt cheek. And here we're going to go side to side with the hips. If you rest your elbows on the ground, that allows the shoulder to rest too. If your elbows are lifted, it will be pressure on the shoulders, okay? So rest and just going a little bit side to side here. That looks good. We're going to start opening up the feet, the ankles, and the knees now. Go up onto your knees. This is you might want to use your pillow here. And dorsiflex. The feet position is very important because if you're just flexing through your toes,
This is not pretty. We want to make sure the ankle gets the love and the knees too. So let's put the ball of the feet right under the heel. And this, spread the toes nice and wide so we get a little love to every toe. And put your hands on the ground and slowly work with that stretch by bringing your butt cheek to your heels. And feel your feet, that cushion area on the ball of your feet, digging on the ground. Feel every bone side to side here. Spreading the toes, guys. Working with the feet is so important. Just going side to side here, feeling that stretch from the toes and going up on your knees. Step your right foot forward. Now, this is the hip flexor stretch that I love, and I do it every class because it's very important because of chairs. So we're going to tuck your tailbone under like that, okay? And lean forward like you're shifting your weight forward and a little twist to the right. Feel the hip flexors giving into that stretch and letting it go from all the way the inside of your femur area into the groin, inner thigh, all the way up even to the upper part of the hip here. And we untwist and come back. Okay, now that left foot's still in dorsiflexion. We're going to do that 2 more counts, okay? Tuck your tailbone again. Just by doing this tuck, we are creating space in front of the hip joint. And let's go forward. And we go forward, 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 and a little twist to that right side. And relax and release. Let go of any tension in your body right now, right into this stretch. And we go back. Last one here. Leaning forward and a twist to the right. This feels so good. Opening up the heart. And release any grips you might have on your left quad. And we bring it back all the way. Okay, before we move on to the other leg, let's tuck the toes. So the toes are together and the heels are apart. So just the toes are touching, the big toe. And we're going to sit back on it. You can have your hands to assist you, your arms to assist you, and from here we go side to side. If you can deal with this position, better. If this is too much, support. And just rolling side to side here on the ankle to really open up that connection so we can access the hip better. If the knees and the ankles are tight, the message is not going to be sent all the way up to the hip from the feet. So it's very important to do this before. All right, here we go. Up on your knees, dorsiflex your feet, and bring your left foot forward. All right, let go on top of the right knee. Tuck your tailbone under, shift the weight forward, and a little twist to your left side as you open through your right. And you let any grip or tension release through there. Another important thing here, the lower back. I'm just going to let you breathe there and stay there in that position. If you're up here but your hips forward, notice how it causes that compression here on the back. That's why that tuck is very important. And this is the hard part right here. It seems so simple, but it's really not. So make sure you tuck, you lean forward and we twist and we open up through that and let the message be sent from the knee up to the hips. This really helps that back release too. And we go back. 2 more counts here. Here we go. Go back, recoup, and here we go, shifting your weight forward. Releasing the weight on that knee. Feel it opening up through the hip socket, right where your femur attaches to the bone, right there, to that hip socket. Feel that opening up and creating space and breathe right through that. And bring it back. Last one here. Here we go. Shifting forward, a little twist to your left, and let the right stay there. And open up and create length with that nice tuck on your tail.
Softening through the elbows, through the shoulders, through the neck. And we go all the way back. To sit back is still into this nice dorsiflexion here with your hands forward and your knees bent. Let's lift the hips with your knees bent, spring load the elbows. And when I say spring load, I want you to have imaginary springs between your elbows, okay? So right here, I want you to soften through your elbows so your arms are not completely straight line like that. Give in a little with your hips up. Let your head hang like a pendulum and let the weight of your head traction your neck down. And now let's feel that space increasing as we let the head hang like a pendulum. And let's bring the knees back to the ground. There we go. All right, so I really like this exercise with the breath because it's about tractioning the upper back now, okay? So here we go. Lift the hips with your knees bent. Let your head drop and your elbows bend a little bit. So you're looking all the way through the knees, right? All the way to the back of your room there. A little side to side here, to the right and to the left foot. There you go. Very nice. Very gentle, right? Just a nice traction to open up all the bones on your back. A traction from upside down. And we're going to bring the knees back and down. All right, stretch your arms forward and see if you can sit on your heels. If you can't, that's totally fine. You're going to get your pillow and you're going to place it right between your heels and your butt cheek, like this, okay? Stretching your arms all the way forward. Let's create a little tuck on the pelvis. So we're not trying to sit up tall and pretty here. We're just trying to collapse into the feet. So we still get that nice stretch. We're going to push off from the balls of the feet and bring the hip up. And slowly round the back as you land back on your heels. 2 more here. Here we go. Take an inhale, lift the hips. Take an exhale and lower. Last one, take an inhale. And exhale, lower all the way. Tuck your toes and stretch your arms all the way out. Rest your head, rest your elbows. And back. You can go ahead and lie down on your back. Stretch your arms out overhead and ground your body now. Just feel the shoulder blades touching the ground. Feel your pelvic bowl. Feel the spine touching, right? Maybe not the lower back because you're not pushing. The lower back has its natural curvature. Just leave that there. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose. And let the air out through the mouth. All right, a little suggestion, you can put your pillow right under the knees. Take a deep breath, inhale. And exhale, let go of the tension on your neck, shoulders, hips, feet. Now let's stay still. We moved, now we pause. You can close your eyes and just feel present in the body. Feel all those muscles and the bones that you just moved, relaxing through this position. Giving into the ground, giving into the stillness. Appreciating the stop too, because we moved. Now we pause. Keep your eyes closed and bring your undivided attention to your inhale. So take a deep breath in. Let the air out through the mouth. And as you do that, feel all the tension getting out of the body and releasing every muscle. It might be holding up a grip. Find a comfortable position and settle. And again, take a slow, deep breath in. Fill your lungs with air and feel your chest expanding
And all those muscles between every rib expanding too. And as you let the air out, release any tension you might have on your face muscles, on your jaw. Maybe you let the mouth open. Let the face relax, the neck and the shoulders. Allow your body to release any tension and give in to the ground. Take a deep breath in again. Every inhale, it opens, it expands. And as you exhale, you're going to let go and appreciate the stillness. Stay present with the breath. Take a deep breath in again. Receive all that air, the fresh new air, and allow yourself to nourish and to restore every muscle we just worked. And as you exhale, let go of the tension on the shoulders, on the neck, on your jaw, on your hips. Let the inhale to wash, to unclog, and to clean all the pipes. You feel any tension. And as you exhale, we're going to let it go. Still feeling the stillness in the body. Release the joints, release every bone. One more time, take a deep breath in. Expand the chest cavity, all the lung and the muscles around it. And let go of any tension around the neck, shoulders, and hips. As you inhale, feel your spine growing up an inch, creating space between every bone in your spine column. And as you exhale, wash and unclog all the tension between the joints and every muscle and ligaments. Take a deep breath in. Bring your undivided attention to your inhale. Fresh new air into the body. Expand. And let it go. We move and now we pause. One more time. Take a deep breath in. Allow your body to take in the crazy amounts of air into your lungs. And as you exhale, you release all the way and out. Good job, guys. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you appreciate this little gift I have for you. It's a little 5-minute meditation to really bring in attention to the body. I'm a high believer that this is the time to really appreciate the stillness because there's no other choice, right? So we might as well be comfortable with the pause and appreciate that it's not the go, go, go and pushing through it and sweating, but moving and being gentle with your body and taking care of yourself. Thank you so much again for being here today.